The story of Queen Esther Persia under King Xerxes, Ahasuerus. The story begins in the Persian Empire during the reign of King Xerxes, called Ahasuerus in Hebrew, who ruled from India to Ethiopia, 127 provinces in all. He held a great feast in his palace in Susa to display his wealth and power. During the feast, King Xerxes commanded his queen, Vashti, to appear before him and show off her beauty to his guests. But Vashti refused, and in anger, the king dethroned her. He then sought a new queen. In Susa lived a beautiful Jewish girl named Hadassah, known by her Persian name Esther. When the king's officials searched the empire for beautiful young women to become queen, Esther was taken to the palace. She found favor with everyone, including the king's eunuch Haggai, who prepared the women for their presentation to the king. Esther did not reveal she was Jewish, as Mordecai had instructed her. When Esther was presented to King Xerxes, he was so pleased with her that he made her queen instead of Vashti. Shortly after, Mordecai uncovered a plot by two palace guards to assassinate the king. He told Esther, who told the king, giving credit to Mordecai. The plot was stopped, and the event was recorded in the royal chronicles. A man named Haman rose to power in the king's court and was promoted above all the other nobles. The king ordered that everyone should bow to Haman, but Mordecai refused to bow because he was a Jew and would not honor a man above God. Haman was enraged. Instead of punishing only Mordecai, he plotted to exterminate all the Jews in the empire. He cast lots to determine the date, and the day fell on the 13th of Adar. Haman convinced King Xerxes to issue a decree to destroy, kill, and annihilate all the Jews in the empire, men, women, and children, and to plunder their possessions. When Mordecai learned of the decree, he mourned in sackcloth and ashes and urged Esther to go to the king to beg for her people. But approaching the king uninvited was punishable by death unless the king extended his golden scepter. Esther responded with courage, "If I perish, I perish." Esther 4:16. She asked all the Jews in Susa to fast for 3 days, and then she would go to the king. After fasting, Esther approached the king. He extended the golden scepter, sparing her life. She invited the king and Haman to a banquet. At the banquet, she made no request, but invited them to a second banquet the next day. Haman, full of pride, boasted to his friends about his invitation, but he was still angry that Mordecai wouldn't bow. His wife and friends advised him to build a gallows 75 feet tall and asked the king to hang Mordecai on it. That night, the king couldn't sleep. He ordered the royal chronicles to be read to him and discovered the record of Mordecai saving his life. He asked what honor had been given to Mordecai Nonehead. Just then, Haman entered to request Mordecai's execution. Before he could speak, the king asked him, "What should be done for the man the king delights to honor?" Thinking it was about himself, Haman suggested royal robes, a parade, and public honor. The king then commanded, "Do so for Mordecai, the Jew." Haman was humiliated, as he had to honor the very man he wanted to kill. At the second banquet, Esther revealed her Jewish identity and exposed Haman's plot to destroy her people. "We have been sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be killed, and to be annihilated." Esther 7:4. The king, furious, stormed out. When he returned, Haman had fallen on the couch where Esther was, begging for mercy. The king misinterpreted it as an assault. Haman was executed on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. Although the decree to destroy the Jews could not be revoked, the king allowed Esther and Mordecai to write a new decree. It gave the Jews the right to defend themselves on the 13th of Adar. When the day came, the Jews were victorious. Mordecai was promoted to a high position, and the Jews celebrated. This led to the institution of the Jewish festival of Purim, named after the lots that Haman had cast. It is a joyful celebration of survival and deliverance.